Hi everybody, it's Mr. E from Art with Mr. E for Teachers. That's what this channel has become more about, content-wise, is product reviews and other things that are more geared towards art educators. If you are looking for lessons, demonstrations of lessons, then you need to move over to my other channel. That's just Art with Mr. E. And you'll know that that's the right channel because you'll see my face and you will see my classroom at the top banner. All right? But this channel is going to be more about product reviews and ideas for art educators. I thank everybody who has subscribed to my channel, but I want to let you know that that was kind of the direction that I'll be going with things. So you can go over to the other channel if you're looking for lessons. And I have been posting a lot. Now, a lot of those lessons have a little bit of information concerning things specific to Nashville Metro schools and what we are doing with online learning. However, they do contain a demonstration of an art project, so that might be useful to you. Go and check it out. All right, now on to today's content, and that is product review. Now, back to school shopping is almost over. And Target is starting to put out all their Halloween stuff, which means hopefully they'll be having sales. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I haven't heard anything. I don't know when. As of last night, they still have not marked down their back to school stuff. But if there is anything left, you might want to go and check it out after this product review. Now, all of the materials are very affordable, even if they are not marked down. They are a great price. But are they a great product? I'm going to put these products up against Crayola, which is kind of a standard for elementary art teachers. We tend to like Crayola products. We like their colored pencils, we like the crayons, and their markers are decent. I'm not a big marker fan, so that's why I said that probably. You may love them. I'm just not a big fan of them. So let's start with the crayons. Or crayons, or crayons, or however you say that word. Now, at first glance, they're beautiful. They look great. Very similar, it seems, to Crayola by appearance. Let's pull out my favorite colors. We're gonna get a light green and a regular green, and let's see how they do. First, we'll mark it up and up. I need to look up why they came up with that name. I like it, up and up. I'm not sure why it is though, but I do like it. And then I'm gonna use light green. Now I'm using just kind of a medium pressure. I will say that they do both appear a little bit lighter. They're not as saturated a color as Crayola, in my opinion, as of right now. Now, we will see in just a second. Crayola, aww, hear the angels singing. Don't we all just love Crayola crayons? I know I do. All right, so I'm gonna get out my yellow green and my regular green from my Crayola box. And we will see how they compare. Already, it does appear that the regular green within Crayola is a little bit more saturated of a color. It looks a little bit darker. It looks like Crayda. Oh, good gravy. The Crayda crayons. No, the Crayola crayons, the color is a little bit deeper. Definitely is a little bit more saturated color for the yellow green. But, you know, they have about the same amount of crumbs that come off. Not bad, not bad. Now, one of the other things that I like to do with my crayons is blend the colors. So I'm going to check that out. Let's take the green. See, I'm pushing very lightly there, and that color is definitely a lot paler, lighter than Crayola. I really do like using crowns a lot. Just, I don't know, I enjoy it. I don't know if it's therapy for me or what, but I do like crowns a lot better, definitely better than markers. Huh. The blending is nice. They mix well together. I think that looks good. I did go over it several times though, and I did push fairly hard. Okay, I am using pretty much the same amount of pressure. I'm not pushing any harder. Definitely getting a much more saturated, dark kind of green. And you know, that could just be the formula that they're using. It may be the pigments in it. There's a lot of reasons. I'm not really here to say, whoa, this is terrible. I just want to show you what it looks like. And you can make your own decisions. So definitely they mix well together. The color is just much more vibrant on the Crayola side. Now, I will say that with color pencils as well as crayons, I do like to have some variety within my boxes, not because of any reason except for I know different companies produce a little bit of a different color. So it gives a little bit more variety in the students' artwork if they're using, say, Crayola's crayons and Target brand crayons, okay? So both of them are going to yield a decent result, but the color is going to be a little bit different, and I like the variety. I don't want all the kids using the same colors from the same company and coming up with the same results. I like variety in the student artwork. And I think that giving them options in their box is a good thing. The Up and Up crayons, they feel strong. I don't feel like they're just gonna break on me. I'm very heavy-handed with my big old paws. And yeah, I feel like these are pretty tough, just like Crayola. The crumbs that come off of it are similar, not terrible. So I'm kind of a fan. I kind of like the Up and Up brand. If you want to have a variety of colors within your boxes at school, you might want to pick up a few packages of Up and Up. All right, let's move on. Let's try the color pencils. I'm a big fan of color pencils. I know that I have some friends, art educators, that do not enjoy color pencils, but I like them. So just looking at the boxes, the colors look similar. I do think that this has a light blue in the Up and Up brand, and I don't know if my Crayola 12 pack actually has the same, oh, light blue. Oh, it does. It's on the end. It's funny, like Up and Up's brand kind of did them in more of an order. I don't know why Crayola put the blue, light blue, at the end of the pack. Weird. Well, since we're talking about blues, let's grab blues. So I'm gonna get the Up and Up Sky Blue and just regular blue. So this is the Up and Up brand. I'm gonna write up and up. Now just coloring with these. And I haven't pulled out the Crayola yet to try it, but just coloring this, I do feel like the lead is harder. I am hearing more noise. It feels very dry. I don't know if that's a great description or not, but it feels very dry as I put that color down. which is, I think that's because of that harder lead. Let's try light blue. Light blue is really pretty. Not that the regular blue is not, but I really like the light blue. I'm not putting much pressure on it, and it's still putting down a really nice, vivid color. I like it. Like I said, though, these do feel a little bit like a harder lead, which is one of the things that I don't necessarily mind. I'm not saying that harder lead is a bad thing, because it does give you a variety in the colors that you have in your box. Because they could pick up like a pink and it would be a very pale baby, like soft pink. And then they might pick up another color pencil that is pink and it might be much more vivid and punchy. All right, so this is the Crayola's blue and sky blue. Now they call it, yeah, they call it sky blue as well. I thought they might say light blue. Crayola. That looks more like Crayola, not like Crayda. All right, so this is the blue, just regular blue. Now I'm still getting that sound that I was kind of hearing. It's different though. This feels a little bit softer than the Up and Up brand. Just a little bit. The colors are very similar. Very, 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 very similar. Let's try the sky blue. Now, this color does feel like it is a little bit more pigmented, a little bit darker, more vibrant of a color. It is very close. They are super, super close. I think, you know, within the crayons, I definitely saw a kind of a big difference. But with the color pencils, very similar. All right, let's... The colors blend nicely. Now, I didn't push super duper hard, so they are mixing quite well. Sometimes even with color pencils, when you press hard, it leaves enough of the filler material down there that the colors kind of glide on top of each other instead of blending together. I always warn my kids with crayons when they're coloring to color lightly if they want to mix the colors. And color pencils are the same way. Certain brands will leave like a heavier kind of residue on your paper. And when you go to blend another color into it, it won't. It wants to kind of either set on top or slide right off. This does feel like it's mixing well. It looks like it's mixing fairly well. I'm not having a problem with my pencil wanting to kind of slide off. I don't feel a need to push hard to get that color down. It's laying down on top of that blue, light blue, really nicely. Yeah, I dig it. I really don't see a ton of difference between the Up and Up brand and the Crayola brand of color pencil. There might be a little bit more intensity within the Crayola ones, but it's minimal. Like, it is really minimal. So if you can get your Up and Up brand cheaper, then by all means, do it. We are buying for so many students. We need to find ways to save money. And if you can get to a Target store and get Up and Up brand color pencils to put into your packs and stuff that you're using in your classroom, do it. I don't see a reason why not to. They really perform very similar. So crayons are good. Up and Up is much lighter though. Color pencils, almost the same. let's go ahead and try markers. Now, like I said, I'm not a big fan of markers. I don't tend to buy thin markers because I feel like your thicker markers, you can use them more upright and get a thin line. So I don't see a reason to buy like the skinny markers. However, that is all I found when I went to my Target the other day. So I got the thin markers. Now I did have a few markers of thin line markers of Crayola. I do not know. I do not know if they are old or dry. They're in a shoebox. When I get markers, I take them out of their box and I separate them based on color into shoe boxes, so that when students say, "Hey, I need a blue for my table box," I can just go to my cupboard, get the blue color shoebox out, and pull the marker out for the children very easily. I don't have to rifle through boxes. That's just how I do things. So I don't have the box for Crayola, but I did have some of the thin markers mixed in with my thick markers. All right, so holding these up, very similar. I will say that at least the outside packaging, Crayola's purple does look like it's more ready, and this looks more like a true purple, balanced purple. This one looks like it just has a touch more red. That's in the packaging. Proof is in the pudding. Let's test them out. All right, so let's try the up and up. Up and up. This is why I do not like thin markers. They are so incredibly thin. I don't understand using thin markers for coloring purposes, because it'll take so long and it'll wear your marker out so fast. Once again, my personal bias on display for you. Not a fan of markers. Color is nice. I mean, these are super thin. Like, if you want to do fine detail work, these are great. If you look at the nib of it, the tip of it, it is really thin. It makes a great thin line. And you could definitely, and this is great for writing. I don't know why you'd want to use it for coloring, but it's great for writing. All right, there's the yellow. Probably not the best color to test since it's so bright. Same thing, very thin line. Color is fine. The color is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Let's try Crayola. All right, I can tell you the feel of this is, how do you describe this? Softer. When I use the Up and Up brand, I could feel it. It felt almost hard, the tip of the marker did. This feels much softer to the paper. The color does look a little bit lighter. You know how I said that it kind of had more of a reddish appearance, like a red violet? Kind of. It does look lighter than the Up and Up brand. It does look like it has a little bit more of a red color in it than Up and Up. Up is really just very much a true purple, a balanced purple color. All right. Oops, I didn't do my little line doodles. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell this on camera. The line is a little thicker. Not a lot, very little. But it is a little bit thicker. Maybe that is because it's softer. Now, the yellow appears much brighter from Crayola. It's much more vivid. It does a fine job doing a fine line. I will say that if I was choosing a marker, I would probably, in the thin markers at least, I would probably go with Crayola over Up and Up. Probably. I feel if you wanted to use a thin marker for coloring purposes, the tip of this marker is a little bit harder and you're going to get a much thinner line, which is not necessarily a great thing for coloring. If you're going to use it for lettering, then that would be totally okay. I feel like the Crayola makes a little bit of a thicker line. When you lay it down, the color is a little bit more vivid. And I do believe that's because the tip of the Crayola marker is a little bit softer than Up and Up. Up and Up's a little bit harder, which is going to give you a finer line. But quality-wise, the color looks fine. I don't see a problem with that at all. If you wanted to give them a try, do it. All right, so now you know Crayola versus Up and Up. Definitely think that I'll be picking up some of the crayons and the color pencils. What about you? Let me know in the comments. All right, bye friends, have a great day.